Are you the hands back? Where is German? You are using the converter to decorate office. So they just come and go. This lab
Mama, video me mo ti ko kena we.
The authority around. ABC. What do I'm blind. Another one, so what just place for who monitors this? Okay, I don't look at it. But you have to work. Start come up for clear again. Clear the next one. The moment we are able to arrest one or two of them, everybody will keep us. In fact, because this will now block everything. Yes,
Yeah,
very carefully. Are you aware of what happens around this time? You're adults. You can't tell me you don't know. This is the last Saturday of the month. What happens between the hours of 7 and 10 on the last Saturday of the month in this state? What's the time now? 9:08. So it's definitely. Are you also aware that you have committed an offense?
Yes.
You're aware. Do you know the penalty for the offense? What does it cost you? It doesn't cost you anything to help at home in order to clean your own environment. You shouldn't be doing this. You are free. It's a free world. It's a democratic society. You can do whatever you like. We would even support you if you want to form a club. But do what you can to obey the role of law, because it is in your own interest. We're all going to benefit from it if we have a clean environment. I'll be back here next month, and if I see you next month playing football here between 7 and 10, that is when we will enter the same trouser. Today you are free, but no more football till 10 o'clock here.
Thank you, sir. Good.
Structure the problem kò ń ṣe concrete tẹ́lẹ̀. tó bẹ́ẹ̀ pé structure engineer yìí ti wà ń bẹ á sọ fún kẹ́lí gbogbo òjò alignment ẹ̀ yìí òun ni problem láti fi. gólì ilé
táǹkì kì í ṣe drainage ilé straight lágbọ́lì so ọkọ̀ kọ́nà lọ́ba ìsàlẹ̀
àló ṣiṣẹ́ ṣe náà kó straight. mo mọ̀ pé gólì lẹ́yìn kì í. Collapse. To collapse within. Yes. So one like to go for I am still not very happy with the quality of job we're doing. In anticipation of the rains, we had put some contracts out, particularly focusing on dredging the blocked drains and desilting areas that have become an impediment to free flow of water in the Ekiti metropolis. Going round today in preparation for the rains, we've already had a taste of rains this year, at least once. And our expectation, I'm not a meteorologist, but it's likely that rains will start much earlier than it would normally start. And in preparation for that, we felt we needed to make sure that all hands are on deck. All the places that we've been, some of the work that we've put out have progressed considerably. They've done well. Others have not done as competently as we would expect. So I've asked the Commissioner for Environment to stay on those jobs that are shoddily done so that they're corrected before the rains. In addition to that, the consciousness of our people is much higher. They know that we have environmental. Some still deliberately flout the law. And the penalty for that is very clear. We would intensify the work on the mobile courts so that people can immediately receive sanction when they break the law in relation to environmental sanitation. For us, it's not a one-day affair. It is a permanent engagement with clearing our environment, because we know that health is wealth. It is only when we're healthy that we can begin to pursue other good things of life. But if the sanitation around us is not good enough, if our environment is filthy, we're bound to suffer from a lot of opportunistic diseases that really prey on dirty environments in order to damage the health of our people. So for us, that is another area that we need to do more work. The local government particularly, which is responsible for environmental sanitation at the local level, must intensify their own efforts. The chairperson of Ado local government is here with me. I've gone around with her and I've pointed out to her areas where they really need to buckle up and get their officers to do more work in relation to environmental sanitation in the state. Above all, we are also taking additional steps. We are bringing in compactors that can do more work and better work of clearing the dirt in our environment. We are expanding the dump sites and fencing them so that we can contain whatever is happening in the dump site to the dump sites without spreading diseases to other areas. And we would also very soon commence on house-to-house collection of waste. because ultimately that is where this needs to go. It is when people don't have alternatives that they go and dump their waste in the drains, and that's why they block the drains to the detriment of all of us. So when we start house to house environmental collection of waste, then whoever is not prepared to meet with the demands of the time would face the maximum wrath of the law. But we have to intensify our efforts. So far, so good, but we can do a lot better, particularly in Ado Metropolis. I think the situation is improving in our rural areas. Naturally, rural areas are almost always very clean areas. It is those of us in the urban centers, in the cities, that feel that we're too big to participate in the monthly environmental sanitation, and they are the ones we must concentrate on and ensure that we encourage them to do so, and in the event that they fail, then we will take the appropriate measures against them.
This move around town of
virtually all roads in Ado Ekiti are awarded to major contractors now. We had some contractors in the state involved in patching. That's the work they were doing, patching of township roads. They still have that duty. And only on Friday, I had ordered the Commissioner for Works to pay particular attention to areas like Okeoriomi, in front of UBA in Ajilosum, which is particularly bad, and there's no excuse for those places to be the way they are. But ultimately, don't forget that we've awarded contracts in the region of about 4 or 5 billion in Ado Ekiti alone for dualization in the city and for totally cleaning up the roads in the city in a much more enduring way. We continue to also pay the contractor handling the Ado Ifaki road. So you would have noticed considerable improvement in that. It's still not good enough for us, but we are definitely confident that that road would have been completed before the rains this year. Definitely, latest by April, the Ado Ifaki road would have been completed. The contractors in the Ado Metropolis and in all the roads that we have awarded in the states, we've given them up to 31st of January to fully mobilize to site. I had already revoked one contract, even though it was awarded in December, but I told every one of them in December that I do not buy the idea of going on holiday. We will not deprive you of what is due to you, so every one of them has been paid the 30% mobilization of contracts. So there's no excuse not to be on the roads performing their own side of the bargain. And for those who fail to do that, then we do not have a choice. I'm not going to be romantic about it. I'm not going to listen to excuses because I don't do deals with contractors. So if you don't meet your own side of the bargain, I'm going to get you out of the road. The contractor whose contract we just revoked from Ijero to Ayetoro, we did not because he's not a competent contractor. In fact, the only reason why we asked him to come back, we invited him, was that the roads that he had done in the state, he had actually done well. He was the one who did the Nyawo road. And go and look at the quality of the road that he did. Very impressive. He's the one doing the Aramoko Ijero Ido road. We are also reasonably pleased with the work he's doing there. But maybe it's got too much to chew. That's why he was unable to mobilize to site in Ijero, Ipote, Ayetoro. And that's why we've just asked him to leave. We're given the same matching orders to all the contractors we have in the state. And I myself, I go around. I don't go around necessarily with the press, but I go around to see these roads to ensure that the instructions that have been given are being carried out competently, because we cannot fail our people. We have promised to deliver good infrastructure to our people, and I said sometimes last year that by 2012 Ekiti will be a virtual construction site, and that every part of the state would be witnessing one form of construction or the other. If you go to the local governments, you can see it all over the local governments now. The 5-kilometer roads, they are working on virtually all of them in all the local governments, and they're working on it side by side the state road projects as well. In addition, you asked about the beautification. I've just revoked some on Friday because I'm not happy with the quality of the work they're doing. So all the ones along the road to Ajilosun to Ikere Road have been revoked. The only ones that I've kept on are the ones walking towards University Teaching Hospital here and towards Bashiri, because everybody can see the quality of work those ones are doing, and it's not the same with the ones that are working on Ajilosun Ikere Road. And for me, performance is the only thing you need. You don't even need to know me. Just do your work. You would get the maximum benefit of serving Ekiti people. If you don't, I am not going to stay there and pretend as if you are my friend. The person doing a drain here, one of the drains there, is somebody I know very well. And I just told him off that I was very unhappy with the quality of the work he has done. I've asked the commissioner to sit with him, just to give him one last chance to correct the problems that I've noticed there along State Hospital Road. If that's not corrected, I'm going to revoke it. So it's up to contractors working in Ekiti to know that it's a new dawn. It's a new day. There is no business as usual approach here. If you want to work for us, you must work competently. If you are not prepared to work, bye-bye. Don't come to Ekiti. You can go to a place where they're going to allow you to just laze around and do whatever you like.